My name is Duddy, Saddle Builds and Stuff. Today's video is going to be about some stacking damage with some absolutely incredible snipers. Bungie have just released the banned list, and one of the things on there is the brand new refurbished A49 sniper. This caused a bit of a fuss up to now, because this sniper is very popular, but don't worry, I've got some top snipers to show you. Before I get into the video, I'll just quickly break it down. I'm going to be using Fortune's Favour, Elemental Hurning and Kinetic Tremors, and also an excellent sniper from Garden of Salvation. The first one I want to show you is the Praedyth Revenge. This is chronically underrated. Deep fire frame, very fast firing. It comes from the Vault of Glass. You can get Kinetic Tremors on this, sustain kinetic damage to a target, emits a shockwave, and it also rolls with Elemental Hurning. Now, Elemental Hurning actually buffs Kinetic Tremors, which is very, very good. So Elemental Hurning, because it's a kinetic weapon, it goes up to 40%, 10%, 20%, 30%, 35%, and then 40%, depending on how many elemental damage you put on there. So I want to start with that one. It's also got the origin trait on there as well, Time Lost Magazine, which is incredible. We'll go into that a bit later, but just for now, I'm going to focus on Elemental Hurning and Kinetic Tremors damage increase. So just to start off with, I'm going to start off with no Elemental Hurning whatsoever. Headshot 264, and you're going to see 102 just at the bottom of his leg there. That is the Kinetic Tremors. So 102. And then in the next clip, just before I start, I'm not going to apply ×5 every time. I'm just going to do 2 for testing purposes. So Elemental ×2 is going to be a 20% damage increase. That's obviously going to improve the headshot damage, the crit, or the general shot of the sniper by 20%, but it also improves your Kinetic Tremors as well. So you'll see just at the bottom of his leg again, 122. So that is a direct 20% damage increase. So that's just basically proving throughout the video that Kinetic Tremors is stacking with Elemental Hurning. I got the numbers there, 102 to 122. That's a 20% damage increase. It also stacks with Sniper's Meditation, so your Kinetic Tremors actually gets buffed by Sniper's Meditation and Elemental Hurning at the same time, so I'm going to show you that working. So again, ×2, get your Sniper's Meditation going, and you're going to see that damage go up to 140 now. That is the Elemental Hurning, Kinetic Tremors and Sniper's Meditation all stacking together. The Kinetic Tremors is hitting for 140 now, so that is incredibly, incredibly good. But we've got a lot more to show you. And there's probably more I could add on to this as well, like Radiant, for example, and other debuffs. But the Fortune's Favour, very popular exotic at the moment. Whenever you get an overshield, you basically get 20% damage increase. This all stacks with everything you've just seen. So, Elemental ×2, Sniper's Meditation, and the Fortune's Favour all working together, and it's going to go up again to 161. That is a further 20% damage increase on top of your Sniper's Meditation as well. So that is incredibly, incredibly good. This is going to be really good for damage situations. I'm thinking about a new dungeon, see what the boss is, or some of the bosses are. It could be exceptional. Now I'm going to just put Two-Tailed Fox on, because this applies Solar, Void and Arc, just to get the ×5 Elemental Hurning. So if you remember, the very first Kinetic Tremors was only 102. So what I've got now is I've got Fortune's Favour, Sniper's Meditation, Elemental ×5, and you're going to see it go up even more. So that is just absolutely nuts. And the Kinetic Tremors ×5 with everything else is now hitting for 187, which is absolutely huge. That is just basically free damage, absolutely nuts. And you can always change your loadout up as well with Elemental Hurning. Now, Whirling Ovation is a good option as well. This applies Solar and Strand. All you have to do is basically just rejig your elements a little bit. And you're also going to proc the Time Lost Magazine in this clip as well, where we're going to double our magazine size when we use our super. I'm going to use Tether, which has also been buffed to 35% now, so it's the highest debuff in the game. Get my Elemental Hurning on, my Void Overshield, Sniper's Meditation, the Void Overshield from Fortune, Tether, and elemental honing ×5, and just look at these kinetic tremors now, what they're doing. It's absolutely nuts. 253 kinetic tremors. That is just absolutely ridiculous. And you've got your Whirling Ovation to do some massive damage as well, which charges up while you're doing shots with your sniper. So it all works pretty nicely together. Again, that Whirling Ovation is very, very good DPS option as well. I've been watching a lot of people solo encounters on the epic raid with this and the normal raid as well. So it's just an option. And then obviously then you've also got your prismatic you can kick in as well to get even more damage. And your prismatic is obviously excellent for elemental honing as well. So elemental honing, kinetic tremors, all stacking together with everything you've seen. Another sniper that I really like is the Omniscient Eye from the Garden of Salvation. This rolls with 4th times the charm and precision instrument. This again is going to stack with your Fortune's Favour, your Sniper's Meditation, precision instrument, your tether, etc. And this just goes absolutely nuts. Look at the state of that damage. It is really incredibly strong. You can see the damage up there started off at 0. And this is pretty much just my sniper without really a big super or anything like that. Sniper in Whirling Ovation. It hits for well over 36k just with that, which is nuts. You could also add on Darcy, for example. Ask one of your teammates or your people you're playing with to get a Darcy on. And that is also going to buff your damage out as well. But that wraps up this video. Praedyth's Revenge, Omniscient Eye. Get on them. Very, very good. Get them dusted off or get them crafted. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.